Watch the ride.
Hey everybody, it's been a while since we've seen this view, isn't it? Right, I have been very busy recently. As I mentioned in a video, I've been working on a load of merch. In the past week or so, I have completed constructing the calendar, selecting the images, building all the new pages and everything, and then getting that down to the printers for a proof. I've worked on 4 sticker designs, but I think only 3 of those are actually going to make it to production. I have made 70 of the chain keychains, which was a hell of a lot of work, and I'm also going to be making 4 clocks. If you remember in the past, I used to make clocks out of old motorcycle parts. It was called the Spicy One Ton Metalworks. It was a great success for a couple of years, and then COVID and everything happened and sales dropped off, and it just wasn't sustainable. And had I not stopped doing that, concentrated on YouTube and got Patreon, I would have been stuck entirely. I wouldn't be here now, without doubt. So thank you to my patrons. Anyway, so I've decided, because I liked doing this, and I stopped at clock 96, I wanted to make 97, 98, 99, and 100. And this is going to be number 100 because this is a really cool looking disc. I think you can see why I'm going to do that. And I asked if people would like to see videos of these 4 clocks being made, and they were like, yeah, I'd love to see the process. And obviously then if you buy one of them, when they eventually go on sale, you can see how it was made, what it looked like before, and everything. Now, these aren't going to be like, completely immaculate, perfect examples. These are used discs, so they always have some wear marks on them and certain bits, but you'll see these are... I put a lot of work into these, and everyone that I've ever sold one to has been very happy. Now, the camera's probably going to make these look a lot nicer than they actually are, but they're very, very dirty, because these have come straight off a bike and been sat in this garage for a few years. Some of them are a bit rusty on the surface, but that's fine. I want to keep all the original paint on this. It's got a couple of small scratches in it, which I might try and improve if I can, but otherwise it's just going to be a mark that exists on them. Yeah, you can see it's grotty, full of brake dust and filthy. So it's a lot of work's going to have to go into making these clocks, and I only have really a month to do it. Now, what I was going to do was film the whole process bit by bit and edit it into one video, and I was like, do you know what? Nah, let's do it stage by stage. So today's stage is going to be general cleaning, and we'll be using some time lapse because this is going to take a long time. Stage 1 is going to be putting these all into paraffin to help soften up all the oil and the grease, brush it all out, try and get as much of that off as I can before I start cleaning them up and getting all the rust off of them and all that sort of stuff. So, over to a time lapse. Okay, now everything's been washed with paraffin. It hasn't taken all the grease off, obviously, but it has given us a good start. And now I have to get to the bit where the wire wheel, and basically wire wheel everything to clean up every surface inside everywhere, and try not to damage this paint. Okay, so I just wire wheeled around the entire outside of it, on the inside of it, all the edges, all the little bits, everywhere. And it's still not clean. It still needs a bit more work, but it's getting much closer. The back doesn't matter because that's going to get covered by a plate of metal. So the only thing you need to worry about is the front. There is a few imperfections in this paint, but as I say, these are used discs, and I like the fact that you can see the fact that it was used and it's not brand new. But that is one disc, 50% prepped. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do next, and these are a doozy because these look cool with all these holes, but I have to clean out the inside of every single one of them. There you go, that's another one, mostly cleaned. Basically, after I've done all this, I need it to dry out, and then I can go back and do the proper final clean and use some alcohol and things like that to just get the last bits off before we get into building these. Yep, and I'm going to start on those other two tomorrow, but for you it'll be a few seconds. And that's most of the cleaning done, apart from the fourth disc, which I'll get onto in just a second. I got a bit sidetracked by the number 100 clock here because I decided I wanted to get this paint off of it. And I did try paint stripper and then realised this isn't paint, this is powder coat. And the only way I could get it off is by using a hot air gun to heat up an area, then use a wire brush and a Dremel and just slowly, bit by bit, take it off. So now all four discs, and you'll see I've caught up with the fourth one in a minute, are basically cleaned-ish, but I still need to go over each one of them to finally clean it, make sure all the textures and all the patterns are right. Yes, when I do this, I make a big point of making sure that the brushes are going in the right direction to leave the final finish I want. Now, I actually need some extra heads to finalise the clocks at this point because I'm just about running out of wire brushes. Now, they're due to arrive any minute now, so I thought, why don't I end video number 1 of the cleaning process here, and then I'll do the next video on the final parts of, finishing each disc, because there's still quite a lot more to do to make sure they look as good as they can be, and they're not just a disc, which is most of it's clean, like dirt, cleaned off of it. Yeah, this is number 4 disc, and as you can see, this wasn't too bad, just quite rusty in places, so I've had to go over it once all over, and that's taken most of that off. So, yeah, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and if you want to support me, you can do that through Patreon. Links in the description. As I say, the next video is going to be getting them beautified more than just cleaned. And hopefully I can start doing that tomorrow if these parts arrive today. We're nearly done. Is it nearly done? I think it's nearly done. Bye-bye.